Surprise, guys! Good morning, Sherilyn. I'm probably not going to get many people on today just because it is a work day, but I am working on my garden needs tending because I am just so close to finishing it. I'm in the center of the painting now because the way I do my paintings is I do the border first. And I needed a break from, guys, that painting is giving me like anxiety. Hi, Risa. How are you? I have not shipped anything out yet, but I kind of prepped everything because I got to put stuff in the I got to put little goodies in the packages and all that fun jazz. And some of the packages I got to get probably hear the fan in the background because I'm having hot flashes like nobody's business. Because So guys, how is everyone doing this morning? It's morning for me. It is 9 a.m. Eastern time here. Yeah, we're starting to get into the warm weather. Yesterday it hit, well, our Jeep said it hit 100 degrees. It was, oh gosh, guys. I felt like I was back home. If you guys don't know, I am from South Carolina originally. So I know I feel all of y'all's pain. And especially you Texans, I give you kudos for living in a state that hot because I cannot. So, if you guys don't know, my best friend Angelique was from Houston, Texas. And she died of breast cancer. And I used to visit her as often as I possibly could. But when I visited, I tried to visit during the, I would say spring months, which is usually March, because I can't do the heat. I just can't. Yeah, she was a tattoo artist. And I was actually her donor for her children. So, as guys, we were best friends since we were tiny little toddlers. Yep. I would thank you. She died on Mother's Day. and all the kids took it hard. Um, Angelique tried to, treat me as their father, but, her wife was not having it. So I don't even speak to their mom at all because I cannot. She gives me anxiety. So, okay, guys. All you Texans out there, okay? Angelique was Puerto Rican and Greek. So, think about that. Most Greek women have hair that is like poofy and long and curly and crazy. So, you throw a Puerto Rican gene into that. Oh, dear God. That poor girl. Oh, I used to feel, and she never cut her hair. She would thin it out because she had really gorgeous curly hair. So she would always put it up when she did tattoos. So the way she did her hair to, during the summer months when it was gross, they would shave underneath her hair. So it would kind of be about halfway up, then the rest would be all her natural curl. Then by winter months, it would grow in. So Angelique could not do heat either. The only reason she lived in Houston was because her business, she owned like 2 tattoo shops. She closed both of them when she got sick. Then she moved to Puerto Rico to take care of her grandmother. And this is a sad story. I think it was about a month after her grandmother died, she died. So she got to see her grandmother a little too soon that any of us wanted, but yeah, because her grandmother lived in Puerto Rico. And I can stay on pretty long but today because my husband is at work. He doesn't get home till about 12:30-ish. So, if you're wondering, I am going to be doing giveaways for my Curtis Reikovich event, but very little. I think I'm doing a set of trays. I'm doing a painting, but the painting is for the grand prize giveaway, so that painting is not included in that giveaway. And yes, Cindy Lee, how is your husband? Hopefully he's getting better. Oh, guys, I didn't talk about it too much on my live, but so Wednesday, you're probably wondering why I didn't do a live on Thursday. This is why. I had to work, which I usually don't work on Thursdays. And guys, Thursday, I should have just said, screw this, I'm doing PPTO, and should have just stayed home. It was nuts. So we are now zoning the grocery department in the morning when we first come in, which is working out fabulous. And after we're done with that, we can go to our departments. So we got to our departments all right. But before we could do that, we had to go do OGP or ODP or however you want to word it, online grocery. I was stuck doing that for about till they released us, because that's how it usually works. The coach over there usually will tell us when we can leave. So we go over. I'm about 4 hours into my shift. And they're like, Derrick, can you go do another run for 45? What? Again? So that department, I don't get it. I just don't. How they can have 80 people and still need help. I don't get it. I just don't. I swear the system knows when you have more people and they just up it. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. I send my heart out to you, Cindy Lee. And so that was all types of crazy. So my coach, she's like, because me and the other team lead had done like multiple runs throughout the day. And my coach is like, she's like, okay, which one of you guys wants to stay? I'm like, I cannot, my body cannot do anymore. I was sore when I left. So I was stuck doing price changes, which was completely fine. My job, actually, because all I'm supposed to be doing is overseeing my associates and doing price changes. That is it. That's all my job entails. But you got to have people for that, and we don't. And on top of that, we were short-staffed on Thursday. It was 3 of us. That's it. So the front end had to cover the fitting room for like until at least 2. And we're going through a process. It's called RFID, backroom scan. And that's how we account for everything that we have in our backroom. So we have these new QR codes on our steel, as well as we have these new labels we have to put in. That process is so dumb and so stupid. But anyway. So Wednesday, I had to go to Boston because my husband had a doctor's appointment in Boston, and if you guys have ever been to Boston, Boston is very cluster everything. So the hospital is kind of nestled in a corner and stuck there. And we couldn't find it, first off. We got there about 1:15-ish. And get there, we had to find parking, which we lucked out finding parking in Boston very quickly. Parking was $11 for 2 hours. Not even 2 hours. Not even joking. So luckily enough, we got in there. They took him almost immediately. I was like, oh, thank God, because I want out of here. Because I don't do big cities like that. Atlanta was bad, but not that bad. Atlanta had a lot of open space to work with. But, oh my God, was that awful. I was like, oh my God. Because just getting out of traffic that time of day is a project in itself. So, he does have to have surgery. He has to have surgery December 5th if things go the way they're supposed to go. I felt so bad for him. Well, because he still has his tonsils where I don't. He gets tonsil stones, which he builds up a lot of calcium. That's how he gets them. So the tonsil stone is too close to his vocal cords. So that's why he has to have the surgery done in Boston. So the doctor's pushing down to find where the stone is, and my husband's doing the gag reflex thing. And he's just grabbing onto the chair for dear life. And I'm like, oh, God, I cannot. So I almost had to get up because no, we is not. I was like, nope. And I'm glad I have my tonsils out. But, so that's what my day was like on Wednesday. But yeah, that was that was so gross. I could not. Then they said if it's too close to stuff, they're not going to be able to do the surgery. So then he's going to be stuck with having a voice like that the rest of his life, which will not. No, he is not. I even told him, said, we'll get a second. We'll go to Charleston for your surgery because Charleston has one of the best hospitals in the country. And that's where we'll be going. Because, nope, I do not want to see him in pain. Not happening. It'll kind of be out of our network, but kind of not. Especially if you have to get especially if they can't do the surgery. Yeah, we'll have to find a different doctor that will. Not a fan of Boston anyway, so. His doctor was funny though, because I was expecting a doctor to come in that didn't speak English, because his last name was Indian-ish. Like, oh geez, this person's not going to speak English. Because, does anybody feel this way? I'm sorry, if you are foreign and you're a doctor and you live in the United States, you need to at least speak English, like clear English. I had a doctor that was from India when I lived in Manchester, Dr. Chopra. Her English, oh my God. I wrote down everything on a piece of paper because I could not deal with trying to understand her, because I could not understand that woman to save my life. Don't you understand me? No, I don't. Speak real English. Me and her got into it one day. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, because I don't understand anything you're saying. And she didn't like me, so. But didn't hurt my feelings either. She was actually one of the worst doctors I ever had. I have to have a good doctor because of my breathing medicines. So her idea was, we're going to put you on a diet and we're going to cut all your breathing medications. She cut them cold turkey. I went in the hospital with pneumonia, and what was it? Something else. Oh, I had an upper respiratory infection. So the nurse comes in and she's like, well, are you on any meds? Well, I was. Hi, Allison, how are you? And the ER doctor was like, so what meds were you on? I'm like, I was on breathing medications. They're like, well, here it says that you're not on any. I'm like, because she cut them. So doctor's eyes got like big as golf balls. He's like, what? And so it was during the day. I was still in the hospital. Calls her. It's like, you need to come to the hospital immediately. So Dr. Chopra gets there. And she sees that I'm in a hospital bed. She's like, Derrick, what's wrong? I'm like, I told the ER doctor, I'm like, You better get her out of my face because I will get out of this bed and she will not be living after I'm done. And she looks at me and like in shock. And I'm like, and I looked right at her and said, you have 5.2 seconds to get my breathing medications back on track. Because if you don't, I will sue you for malpractice. And the ER doctor's mouth like dropped. My ex-husband was not impressed. I was in the hospital for a week. Then I had that medical bill, which is still sitting there. Because I'm not paying it. Because it's her fault why I was in there. No. She was my physician. Like, my regular physician. So, after that fiasco, I looked for another doctor. So, I couldn't fathom, why would you take someone who's asthmatic off their breathing medication? You're just setting them up to be in the hospital. So, and what made it even more, because in Manchester, a lot of the office buildings a lot of the doctors share the same office building. So, this is the funny part. Y'all are gonna laugh. So, I had found a doctor, was in the same building as her, in the same suite as her. So, the receptionist is like, oh, are you here to see Dr. Chopra? Actually, no, I'm not. I am here to see Dr. Collins. And, Dr. Chopra's literally behind the receptionist. It's like, what do you mean? I'm not your... No, ma'am. Not anymore. So, it was funny. Dr. Collins comes out. He comes right beside Dr. Chopra and is like, you ever talk to my patient again, you won't be in this office. I was like, oh, I like him. Love him. And I'm like, so we get in there. It was awesome. It was all time one of my favorite doctors. So it was my initial visit with him. So he was like, so a hospital put in big bold letters the situation that you had with Miss Chopra. That will not happen with me as your doctor. I know your breathing record. And he's like, you need to be on medications. So, and actually coming to that, Dr. Collins had sent me to a pulmonologist, which they deal with breathing, So, they take me, and I hate those coffins. That's what they look like to me. They look like a stand-up coffin. So what it does is it kind of... Hi, Chantel. How are you? It kind of looks like a coffin when you're going forward to see if you have breathing issues or not. So Dr. Collins had made that appointment with me. So I go. He gets the results. He was just he's like, what? Did she even schedule you a pulmonologist? Nope. She just said I didn't need to be on inhalers. So he's like, well, you need to be on asthma medication. So this was when I had decent health insurance. So he put me on Advair. That was my main inhaler. Then I had my albuterol. You know how many times a day I had to take albuterol just to get me fixed? If that's the right word for it. I had to take albuterol every 3 hours for a week. and it was a stronger albuterol because there's different versions of albuterol in rescue inhalers. So that one had a really strong steroid. So I had to take that three times, like every 3 hours. So, and I had to go back to Dr. Collins after a week so he could see my progress on my breathing. So, you know, the little breathing mechanism all the doctors have for people with asthma. So he's like, when I went the first time, I barely hit a 2. And that is really bad. That means I can barely breathe and wheezing. I was wheezing when I did it. So I went from a 2 to a 6. And there he's like, oh, okay. So yes, that was the problem. So, and I do wheeze. I wheeze wicked bad. And by what you can tell my YouTube videos. So I wheeze really bad because I'm asthmatic. I think I'm due to go back to a pulmonologist, to be quite honest. And I got to get with my doctor, see if he can schedule me an appointment with one, which means I have to go to Portsmouth, which I hate. I hate going to the, I just hate hospitals altogether. And it's probably going to be at a hospital. But yes, I need to go. I'm due. Very due to go back. So, guys, what is everybody working on today if you're not working? I'm doing a closing shift tonight, which is 2 to 11. Oh, that's something else I found out. So right now, we stay open till 11 o'clock. So our store manager is pushing us to close at 10, which means I will be going in at 1 o'clock versus 2, which will be interesting. But guys, yes, this is one of my favorite paintings. I've loved working on this painting. Morning coffee. Is that like a painting, or are you just telling me you're having your morning coffee? Hi, Jen. Guys, Jen made it again. She don't get on my lives very often. Jen is actually one of my associates, so she works overnights. And she's one of my friends too, so she, back when I got married, she helped me do my centerpieces. Yes, I actually have a Sheena Pike kit. Butterfly Brielle by Craftably. I have, I think, 3 of hers. I have done 1 of Sheena Pike's. I need to do another Craftably order, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm loving the Halloween images. Yes, I have Frog Loving Felicia too. I'm actually waiting for Java Johanna to come back in stock because I'm going to be quick with the fingers with that one. So my rule of thumb with any diamond painting, if you're going to buy diamond paintings, is if you keep going to that diamond painting over and over and over again, you're meant to get it. Because if it keeps catching your eye, that means that you're meant to have it. So the only artist I don't have to do that with is Inscarero. As every image I own now, I own all of her images. Because if you're wondering, I just got Magic Portals. I got the tracking number for it today, so that might be coming today. It is coming from Maryland. It was in a D-Stash group, so I'm not getting a toolkit, but really, guys, who needs a toolkit? I actually wish Diamond Art Club would opt out of the toolkits. So, if you want to donate to my YouTube channel, Sherilyn has the link. I'm pretty sure she has no problem, posting it. Another thing I'm going to talk about is me shipping out stuff. If you want your stuff shipped out quicker, you will have to pay for shipping. And if you want your stuff soon, you'll have to send me money for shipping. That's gonna. If not, you will be waiting a while. So you're probably wondering how dog training's going. It's going really well. She's a very laid back Shih Tzu, which is rare. You don't get many of those. And that's what I wanted anyway. I didn't want a loud dog. And she's doing okay with potty training. She has accents every once in a while, but it happens. And it happens more on our end than it does hers. We totally forget. So I'm pretty good about it because I've had dogs, so I'm usually pretty good about taking her out. Jerry struggles with it because he's had cats for so long that cats just maintain themselves by themselves. With dogs, you have to take them out. There's no being lazy about it. So we do. I will admit to that all the way. That, well, I do not take her out in thunderstorms because. So we're still on the 4th of July week, and I went to take her out. Someone was shooting off fireworks on our road, and she heard them. Back in the door she went. She's like, "Oh no, sir, we're not." So I was like, "Oh, great." So she don't like fireworks. So I'm like, okay. Fireworks are hard for me now because of my hearing. I have one good ear left, and my job. Oh my gosh. We have to wear walkies, and you'd swear they were screaming into it. Where I don't. If you can't hear me, open your ears. I do have to turn the volume up a ways because I can't hear it. I have a feeling I'll be getting hearing aids pretty young. I haven't gone to a hearing doctor yet, but it's going to happen. But I have to have surgery done on my ears anyway, so I'm going to wait until after that and see what happens. So yes, I have a painting coming and 2 pens. And after that, it's gonna be, I'm taking a break from buying. Yeah, I can see her on the couch. Turn my head, she's right there. She's just kind of sitting there. And my craft room's almost diagonal from the living room. So I can kind of see Maple. She's such a good girl, though. Her and one of the cats are tolerating each other. Opal, our other cat, is like, no, 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 I don't do dogs. But yeah, I've been wanting to work on this painting. So like you guys know, I always have 2 paintings going at once. One's round and one's square. And my garden needs tending is coming quite a ways. My husband actually has a craft fair coming up next week. So I am going to be bringing some of my finished pieces to see if I can sell them. And as well as some of I'm going to bring my canvas books. And I'm going to put those on a table. Put price tags on them. And if they want it, I will give them that and the drills. And the sticker sheet. I do have to go through my sticker sheets to see. I might actually make money. So we shall see. Well, it's hard for Jerry to do lives now because of his voice. So this is an easy way for him to sell his jewelry, is doing the craft fairs. Those are fun. It's even more fun is when you're in a manager meeting and everyone's phones go off because it's an Amber Alert. Oh. Yes, I've had that happen before. Those are not fun going off in the middle of the night. And I also have another round already started, so it will replace this one till August. Hi, Tammy. How are you? So we've been doing pretty good with eliminating the spam that's coming across my Derrick with Diamonds chat. They've kind of mellowed since I put the new rules up. Because that was just nuts. I was getting like every other chat, I was getting and it's Timu. Every single one of them. So it's like, no, we're not. So you probably wonder why I'm doing a live today. I can't do a whip and chat because my my data is just full. There's nothing I can do about it until I pay because it's one thing I don't like about Apple. Apple charges you for megabytes, but I will never go back to a Samsung, so that ain't happening. Apple it has its perks and it has its bads, but yeah, I've gotten pretty far on my Curtis Reikovich painting. I almost got the first row done. And it does take me longer doing paintings because when I get out of work, I'm just exhausted. I cannot. And we were trying to get our RFID scan set up, and we ran out of labels. Because we have magnet label, I call them like magnetic labels. They have like a metal mechanism in them, so the RFID can pick them up. I'm exhausted. That alone, and that we had to do that first thing in the morning. My brain don't work like that. My brain needs time to prepare to, do stuff like that. Not, oh, by the way, like, ugh, no. I am glad I enhanced this kit, because I added a lot of sparkly diamonds to it. Because it just has so much pizzazz right now. It's like, oh, love it. I'm like in shock how many people are on because of it being a Friday morning. knowing it's not quite the weekend yet. And in August, I am co-hosting an event. So I got to start talking with Shay about that event. See how she wants to do like lives and so I can join her live. And what's gonna be difficult for me on Sundays is when I get right out of work, I have to jump on and co-host with the live. I'm gonna have no time to do anything. But Shay's lives are only an hour, so that shouldn't hurt because I'm on a schedule when I do 7 to 4s. I get home and I usually start cooking immediately. So that I don't have to worry about it. But if the store goes to 1 to 10, that's gonna be a blessing. Well, I know summer's work did, and to be honest, the stores in our area shouldn't be staying open late anyway. As all the stores around me are coastal stores. All of our stores like cater to like beaches and all that fun jazz. Like summer months, we're pretty touristy. My store's probably the worst because we are probably the closest to the interstate. Besides Portsmouth and Newington are off the interstate. But if they get a bad experience, they're going to find a different store to go to, and it's usually us. I have been to the Portsmouth store, and I'm not a fan. And the Newington store's a joke. That's just a Walmart flea market. Because that store is so small. And it's kind of sad. It's just, I'm not a fan. Haven't been for a while for that store. I'm amazed that store's still open. And see, we get more of the lake traffic, and Newington gets more of the beach traffic. Because Newington is on the way to Maine, so they get a lot of the beach traffic, where we get a lot of the lake traffic. So I have quite a few kits going, but the way I look at it is, yeah, they take me forever to finish, but when I finish, I'll have like 6 or 7 done all at once, which will be nice. So they'll take me a little bit longer to finish, But I have a feeling once I start getting into my Inscarero kits, it's going to be game over. I'm going to want to focus just on that. That's why my Curtis Rakovich painting will have to get tucked away for after July. Because I'm going right into August with Og for Oz. Okay, Jen, sleep well. So I might show you guys that kit if you haven't seen it already. That was the reason I didn't like Nix's trays for rounds. Nix's trays work wonders for squares, but so I gotta dig out either my Mooney Maids or and I need a refill on my coffee, so I will be right back, guys. I am back, guys. I am going to use a Mooney Mate tray. See how they do with rounds. So I already have my trays picked out I'm using for Og for Oz. So it will kind of go with the theme. So I already have my tray, my Trinket tray, because if you guys are wondering, you cannot do Lexi Sparkles has closed her shop for now. She is not doing any more customs until August. So I'm hoping she can get my Wizard of Oz themed tray made in August. That'll be a nice, cute little unboxing. I'm going to do that unboxing live on, see if me and Shay can do that live on her channel, because she's the reason I caught the itch for her trays. Oh yeah, much better. I'm just not a fan of rounds. So, but I do not want, I was actually going to get rid of all my round kits, but there's too many round kits I like, so. So guys, what type of drills do you like working with the most? I prefer squares. Oh, that's something I got to do today. I got to get with Kay to see if she can come up with a new, because I'm going to shoot a name out to her, see what she thinks of it. So, I own quite a few Michaelina kits. So, we are going to be doing Jolly for Jelena and Mary Holly for Hannah. I'm actually going to be doing, it's going to be JJ for HH 2023. But if I do decide on that, and that's going to be the thing, is that when I do an event like that, I will have to have a Micah kitted up and also have a Hannah Lynn, which I already have a Hannah Lynn kitted up. It's really small. It is Willow. So I will be working on that one. And I want to shoot an idea out to you guys. I thought about doing it, as I do have a painting for that. But it's not going to be so much an event. It's going to be a weekly type of whip. I have been thinking about doing Wacky for Wolves Wednesday, which that would involve, you can participate if you want. There's not going to be any forms or any of that. It has to be a wolf themed kit. So, but the only time you can work on it is on Wednesdays. So that's what I'm thinking about doing for Wednesdays, is doing Wacky for Wolves Wednesday. I was like, maybe I'll do that, because then I do have a wolf kit already kitted up, so that would work. So I have thought about doing that every Wednesday. Not so much you might not be getting every Wednesday you'd be getting a video, but every Wednesday would be, you would have to work on your wolf kit. Then, this is where it gets tricky. After, like, say, you will still be doing, like, obviously you're going to do post of if you finished a section or not. So after you are done with that image, you will go into a pool. And what I plan on doing is contacting Diamond Art Club. I'm going to see if Diamond Art Club will donate a wolf kit. So, if they can do that, or donate a gift card, I really don't care which one. I will be... Oh, I have so many. I could choose any of mine, and I have so many wolf kits. I have a lot of JoJo Arts wolf kits, so I have plenty to work with. I'm trying to think. My brain just is not working today, guys. I actually have the Wolf All Seasons Dreamcatcher kit, which I almost kitted that up. It's one of my favorites because it has all the seasons: spring, summer, winter, and fall. And it's a wolf. But of course, Wednesday, and that's the part that I'm going to get you at. Girl, I would snag it. And when I mean snag it, I'd be quick with fingers. Because that, oh my God, that image is just priceless. So I am going to be adding a lot of specials to that kit when I do kit that one up. Because, oh my Lord, it just has so much potential to be enhanced. So with it being a Wednesday, I will be working on my wolf kit on Wednesdays on my lives. No, wait. No, I don't do lives on Wednesdays. So when I get back on, when my phone decides to stop being all types of stupid, I plan on doing my whipping chats with my wolf kit. So at the end of each month, I will be trying to do a giveaway for whoever finishes their wolf kit. So that is probably going to be something steady for a while. I'm going to try to gear something towards Wednesdays because it's the day before my live. So that one they have that one on Macari. I almost purchased it as it's like $70, and it's one of my favorites, and it's a JoJo Art. Guys, if you're wondering, JoJo Art is one of my all-time favorite artists. His artwork is probably one of the very few I'm keeping because I almost did an event for him for fall, as a lot of his images have that fall vibe, and I think that's why I like his artwork so much, is because his artwork can be either very muted tones or could be very vibrant tones or like dark tones. He's like all over the place with his like color palettes. So for next year, we're going to talk about next year for a little bit. So I do plan on doing an Alice in Wonderland event, like pronto. That is actually going to be my event for March next year. And see, this stuff, these things come to me right in my worst possible time. I'm usually working. I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I want to do a Alice in Wonderland themed event. So and with it being March, I'm going to switch gears for a little bit with my events. I am going to start doing them monthly, not every 2 months. Every 2 months is just too much for me. I own every one of her Alice kits. So with that being said, the newest one I got, give me a minute. Let me look for it. Mad Queen Alice is going to be the one I do for my Alice in Wonderland event. I am definitely going to be doing an Inscriero event again. I already know it before I even start the event. I know I'm going to do another one. Mad Queen Alice, Sherilyn, the ABs. Oh my God. They just did not hold back with that painting. I was like, oh, yes, about time. Because I've been waiting on them to bling out in Inscriero. That was my thing. It's like, oh, okay. But I like how they render her artwork because they render it so well. I mean, after, like, Artemisa, you can see pretty much in the back. She looks like exactly how the artwork is supposed to look. Oh, God, they're trying to kill me. Guys, Time and Art Club with their restocks. So, what I think it is, how it depends on how often you hit the notification button. I think that's what it is the more times you hit that notification button, the more faster the restock's going to come in. I just got a notification for Ashura is in stock. So that's going to work out fabulous because the last two Crystal Lavelle kits that I need for the Medusa, I call them the Medusa sisters because the artwork is so similar. So he has both of those two are back in stock. So those are going to be killing my bank account. Yes, in Snow Princess, I am actually going to be doing her next Christmas. So my Christmas event for next Christmas is going to be I'm gearing towards all sparkle event. Something very simple. So what that means is that it has to have whites in it. It has to have clears in it. It's got to have that snowy effect type of artwork. And that one does. Snow Princess does. So I'm probably going to do that one next December. I try to space out my Inscriero kits because I love working on them. I don't like doing too many at once. For Halloween, I was actually going to kit up the kit Sherilyn once. Because I have Coradon Babe, which is the kit that's supposed to portray the movie It. And that's why I purchased it. Literally the only reason I purchased it, because it has that It vibe all the way. And so I was going to do that one in October if I finish Button Eye. And which I'm probably not going to because I don't diamond paint fast. I don't have a lot of time like some of you guys do. I'm shocked if I have 5 minutes to myself to diamond paint. I do like the new release papers by Crashly. They're very thick. I mean, this is really thick paper. They're bending, but they're also flattening at the same time. So, and this painting, guys, my garden needs tending. If you want a painting you should have told me that, because now it's giving me ideas. So, Wicked Witch, ow! I forgot my cat was under my table. Yeah, I'm going to, Add some specials to Wicked Witch, I think. I'm not sure yet. Because Wicked Witch does not have any ABs whatsoever. The black in this painting. Oh dear God, there's so much black in it. I do have some colors I might be adding to it. That really hurt, you little thing. Oh. So, we have 2 cats, and that's why I don't like having cats with claws. Because the cats, when they retract their claws, they release this, I don't know, film's not even the right word. Their nails are wet when they extract their claws. And if they scratch you, I usually either break out or itch or something. Almost always. And that's why I don't like having cats that have claws. But now you can't even have them declawed anymore because it's unsanitary. Beep, beep, beep. And I'm like, really? So the trick to this painting is pretty simple. I mean, if you want My Garden Needs Tending, I believe it's still in stock. Mandy Manzano's artwork is growing on me. So, oh guys, so I am actually doing a event in January with Jennifer Monroe, I think is her name. And it is Turn Back the Hourglass. And it is for any kit that reminds you of your childhood. Have a good night. Have a good day, Cindy Lee. Tell your husband I send my love and hope he feels better, and I hope you feel better. So I am doing Willy Wonka by Mandy Manzano because yes, that just gives me like happiness all over the place. It is actually probably one of their oldest license kits they did. And if I'm not mistaken, that is a square. It is. That is a square kit. And I have not done a square Mandy Manzano yet. This is my first Mandy, which I am like so excited. You are welcome, Cindy Lee. I will be getting your package out as fast as my hands can do it. I've been pretty busy, but I counted how much I'm sending out, and it's not that bad. I thought it was going to be like 20, 30 packages, but it's not. I am actually sending out like 10 packages. That is just not bad at all. So, yeah, I was like, oh, I had it down to 2 kits. But the other one's around Mandy, because I knew I wanted to do a Mandy Manzano. I knew that. So, it was either going to be that one or Sugar Plum Fairy. And Sugar Plum Fairy, you're probably wondering, well, why? I'm like, because I used to watch the Nutcracker all the time when I was a child. We used to go to the plays and all that. So I was like, okay, that one would work. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do Willy Wonka because that was my all-time favorite movie as a kid. That movie brought me, like, happiness when I would watch it. I do like the remake, but it's still not, no. I'm all about the original when it comes to stuff like that. But I went to bed pretty early. So, speaking of my Patreon page, you can, I think I have either $3 or $5 or $5 or $7 to sign up for my Patreon. And I'm trying to think. Oh, Sherilyn, while you're doing that, post that link on my Derrick with Diamonds Facebook group when you have time. You probably have more time than I do. I'm shocked I'm actually able to diamond paint today. Well, because my house still has to be clean. I cannot. No. Like, I had to clean a mess in our bedroom. I think Jerry forgot to clean it, and it was hot in there, and you just smell it. And I'm like, oh, no, we are not. I have to. So I cleaned it. So that's all squared away. So, but, like, I don't do the litter box. I do not go back there until my husband does the litter boxes, as my asthma can't do them. My breathing's too bad to do a litter box. Like, I'll do them, but I need my inhaler, like, immediately afterwards. Because the dust from the cat stuff is just, ugh. No. So I do the dog most of the time. Jerry does it when I'm not home. But I'm right on top of it most of the time. If I'm just not feeling it, he'll take her out. But he's not. So she's one of those, if she's been in bed with us for all night, don't put her on the floor because she's going to piss on the floor. Because girl dogs cannot hold their bladder like males can. So Jerry did that one day, and she peed on the floor. I'm like, don't put her on the floor. Grab the leash, hook her up, pick her up, take her outside. And I do that every time, and I never have an issue. So, but yeah, nope. Especially if she's been in bed all night. I will not, nope. It's not like he can get upset at her because Mooney Mate's been coming out with some weird stuff. I'm just going to say that. I do like her glittery drills. Her glittery drills are like all types of extra. Been itching to purchase from her, but I'm kind of waiting because my custom drop should be coming soon. Because I signed up to do a custom order with Mooney Maid, so that should be like flying in shortly. So I actually thought about doing but you can only do 5. 5 is the max you can do. But I'm going to get with her to see if she can actually put my name on one of the trays. I do have to place my next order soon. She has come out with a mermaid color that just screams volumes to me, but I need to save up first. Because I need to pay up on some bills. I have a Fingerhut account, and that was like the biggest mistake ever. It just keeps going up, going up, going up, going up, and I can't afford it right now. So I'm just gonna sit back and so I do have a school that I'm paying off. It's almost paid off, guys. Thank goodness. I think I owe like $400 on it. and it'll be paid off. And my other school loan, it really hasn't, I haven't heard nothing back, so I'm not gonna worry about it. No, it won't let me access it, so bear with me, guys. Reaching for the stars over here. So I do have a question for some of you that prefer working in towers. What's your trick? Because I've been thinking about purchasing towers from Bella Art de Nicole. Guys, if I had known they were going to switch to those type of towers, I would have bought the towers long ago. But now they don't make those towers anymore. It's the towers that turn sideways, where you can put your 3 divider tray in sideways. That's the way they should have left those. Because how can you tell what colors are in the tray? That's where I'm going with that. I mean, there's no way, like, if you're going to do that, you should have made the, what's the word I'm looking for? The, should have made a label spot on those towers so that you can put the, 3 labels you want, because a lot of people get those 3 divider trays so they can kit up the painting. So what I'm going to start doing is only purchasing from her large trays. I'm going to take a break from her specialty trays like that, because yeah, I'm just going to work on getting her large trays. I like her large trays anyway. Bella Art de Nicole is one of my all-time favorite shops to buy from. But I do want to try out new tray shops. That's why I haven't purchased from Bella Art de Nicole yet. Firefly is on my list. Because they offer rainbow trays. I want to see if they can come out with a mermaid color, because I love the mermaid colors. I love my Diamond Art Club kits. So, Sherilyn's on here. So, can you tell the difference in quality between Dreamer Design and Diamond Art Club? Because I know I can. Yeah, I can tell the difference. Dreamer Design is still struggling. I can tell. I can tell they're still struggling with their, not so much their canvas, but their, so, let's talk about their canvas for their new canvas for a minute. Their new canvas, I love their new canvas, but the colors aren't matching the color label, if that makes any sense, or the color label in the canvas itself. That's the part that's throwing me off, is that they're, just the colors aren't matching the color label. And I'm like, what's the purpose of this then? what's the purpose of having a sticker label if it's not matching the color? Because one of my colors, it says on the thing it's like a dark bluish color. It's a gray. It's not no dark blue nothing. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, y'all need to get your colors together. But yeah, I can't wait to do the event with Shay. She must be wicked excited. I love Wizard of Oz. And that kit is on my wish list. I'm waiting for that to go back in stock, because I'm going to grab it as fast as I can get it. But I'm hoping I can work with my emerald trays for Wicked Witch, because, oh my god, yes. So what I plan on doing, that's going to be difficult for me, but I'll figure it out, is doing a whip and chat every day for that event, because that's the only way I'm getting anywhere with that painting. It's the only way. Getting anywhere far, I should say. As I have noticed, I do better when I'm constantly doing the painting. But Wicked Witch is not that big, and I think that's going to save me in the long run. I'm trying to get this one done as fast as possible so that I can focus on my paintings that I've started. But, you know, the end of August, I have to get started on Button Eye, because I have inventory September 14th, which I'm dreading inventory, guys. You have no idea. It's my first inventory as a team lead, and back when I was a department manager, right when we were about to have inventory, COVID hit. So we did not have inventory for 2 years. By that time, I'd already stepped down, so I didn't have to deal with an inventory at all. So I was like, oh gosh, this is gonna be weird for me. But the girls have been really good about, Derrick, it's gonna be fine. You kind of just, what we do is we do the action alleys in the back room. We count that. Regis does not, which is completely fine. And my goal is to have empty racks so that we don't have to count nothing. So this week, I plan on having everyone on Z-Racks after we get back to school all set up and ready. I want to get the Z-Racks emptied again. After that, I'm going to get the girls back on freight. Because once we get all the mods set, we'll be fine. Well, we don't. We have a lot of pallets, but we don't. So, I'll check that in a little bit. So there's not many people left on here. But yeah, I'm just, I don't even want to work today. Because I'm just, but it is what it is. It is weird because I kept thinking today was Saturday, but it's not, it's Friday. Yeah, it's kind of sad when you're so used to doing diamond art clubs and you switch companies. You can definitely tell the difference. So what I do now with most of my kit, well, diamond art club, I don't have to. So Tammy, do you only purchase DAC? So has the colors given you a headache yet? That's why I haven't done Hazel yet. Because of the color. There's a lot of bright colors in that kit, and it just makes my brain hurt. Okay, thank you. They just, oh my gosh. I don't get it. I thought about, like, but it's just going to follow me to a different chat. So I'm going to go on Timu's thing. Thank you. I just saw the notification pop up, so thank you, Miss Sherilyn. But yeah. Oh. So maybe I'll do that. I'll do that after my live. Let's see what happens. Because if so, yeah, I can probably do that. And I think that's what we're running into, is that it's not a private group, and I think I need to make those private groups. So I'll do that after my live. But I'm almost done with this live for today. So I am going to be sending off my international folks first, besides Cindy Lee. So it's going to be Cindy Lee and my international folks. And the more donations I get to my channel, so we shall see how this plays out. Well, because I know my international winners are getting, like, agitated, which, you know, I don't have money flying out of my hoo-ha either. I work retail. Retail does not pay very well. If you're wondering, they did up pay for team leads, but I have been with the company so long that I didn't get a raise. I got my typical raise at the end of the year, but that's all I got. I didn't get anything else. But what I do like about being a team lead is that I still get quarterly bonuses. Which I'm due. I'm 2 for 1. And that should be coming up soon. So guys, I'm going to end it at here. Been on here 98 minutes, so that's an hour and a half. Okay. Just the first question worked for me. So guys, with that being said, love yourself, love each other, guys. And if you want to, donate to my channel so you can get more content. And love yourself, love each other, guys. Bye.